Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Razak at CMTrading. Today is April 20th, 2017, and today is Thursday morning. So big numbers coming out at the end of this week, okay? And Sunday, there will be a big number coming out, or rather beginning of next week. French elections will be coming up next week, so it should shatter and shake the markets. We'll see what the results are. Obviously, at this stage, anything can happen. There have always been surprises. In light of that, we at CMTrading are making some adjustments to the margin requirements. We're lowering them so that you're protected more, that you're not overexposed. So just be aware of it. There's emails going out as well, so just to see what the breakdown is. So keep an eye out for that. Now, secondly, if you are in positions, you might want to scale down if you're up some money. It's always a safer bet. Okay, sometimes you have to be offensive, sometimes you have to be defensive. When big numbers come out, always be on defensive. Okay, so just keep an eye on that. You might want to also hedge the position depending on how much exposure you have to it. So these are two methods that you could limit your exposure, limit some of your risk, and that's the name of the game. So looking at the economic news for today, starting out at 2:30 South African time, we have USD number coming out, Philly Fed Manufacturing Index, that's a major number. At 5:30, GBP number coming out. Well, really just Governor Carney will be speaking, so it's not a number that's speaking, so just keep an eye on it. GBP has been in play, breaking higher. We'll see it in the charts just momentarily. And then at 7:15 South African time, Treasury Secretary will be speaking from the United States, and that is at 7:15. So let's look at the chart. I'm going to start here with the Euro USD. As you can see, we're in the middle upper part of the range, a little bit of a minor resistance here, I guess you could call it maybe, at 107.25, but we're really trading between 107.79 and 106.15. What I'd like to see with next week, because of what's going on in France, the elections, some sort of positive news. Either we're breaking out on the higher end, breaking out on the lower end, some continual buying, some price action, some volume, some follow through, to see some sort of retrend, because this thing has been dead in its water for a long time. We've been trading between this for almost a year now, okay, between this 108 and 104-ish level. Now, we hit a high of 112, 114 earlier, but if you remember, I mean, it's not too many years ago, just 3 years ago, we were trading at 137. Okay, so people knew something about something when they rallied it all the way up, and we'll look at that for 1 second. You know, they rallied it all the way up to 138-ish level even, correct myself, and then they completely sold it off, as you can remember, as you see here, and this has been in this like trading range for a very, very long time, okay, and we look like we're making lower highs here. Because the range is even lower here than what it was previously. We were trading between 108-ish level and 115-ish level. And these, you know, you got to see the bigger picture in this and see, hey, maybe this will even go down to 1, right? Par with the dollar, and that's something you have to keep in mind and keep it in front of you. So let's see what happens with the French elections coming out. Now, this is the GBP USD. We're trading at 128. Now, we haven't been at this level since last summer, and I mentioned this the other day that this was really colossal. If we do take this out, we really take it out, and we really did. Okay, so it's about, you know, a nice major move up, okay, and we're a little bit of a retracement here, but let's see if it can maintain itself to take it up even higher. So I'd like to see some sort of continuation here. Looking at the gold, a little bit of a retracement here from 193-ish, 1293-ish level, excuse me. We're trading at 1279, about 15, 14 points retracement after a nice rally from 1255. So this is something to keep an eye on. We have a little bit of this minor support level at 1276. Obviously, 1293, 1300 is our resistance level. So keep an eye on that altogether. I would say 1300 is more of a realistic resistance. But the roundish number is really something of some importance. Now, this also may be affected with the outcome of the elections in France on Sunday. So keep an eye on that. Big retracement for oil. Okay, we sold off quite sharply yesterday, $2. Okay, so that's a major move for oil. Let's see if there's some sort of correction, or do we challenge this 49.93 level again? So keep an eye on this. This is really important. Now, obviously, the Dow Jones, major retracement below this 20,400-ish level that we mentioned, that we hit this double bottom here, and now we're much below that. Now, it's almost 1,000-point retracement from our all-time high. Okay, so this is a major retracement for the Dow Jones. Let's see how we're now entering almost the end of April, beginning of May, and then we get into the summer, which is a really lull time. So, you know, this was all speculation, was all hype with, you know, President Trump coming into power, changing things, making everything in the U.S., made in the U.S., that's made in the U.S., and really revamping the economy, really focusing on it, but it hasn't really hit the market. It's mostly all optimism. And so, you know, this was to be anticipated. I thought it would happen in March. It didn't happen in March. It happened in April. My correction, but, you know, obviously it does come, and you have to keep an eye on it and see how this unfolds. So again, like I mentioned, big number coming out for the election on Sunday, so really be very aware of it. Try to read as much as you can about it. And obviously, you know, please take the precautions in your trading account so that you're protecting yourself from risk. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.